What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. And guess who's back on the pod? Hey, James.
Hello.
How are you?
I am good.
Thank you for joining me on this fine podcasting Sunday.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It'll be a Tuesday, obviously, when you guys potentially listen to this.
Yeah, don't get confused.
How are you?
I'm good. We had a good weekend.
We did. Much better than last weekend.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do a little story time. Obviously, I skipped last week, so I'm sure you all missed me terribly, as I missed you. Last week was like a week from hell.
Yeah.
Which we are all due for one of those every once in a while. So apparently it was my time, or I don't know. Perhaps I had some extremely bad karma. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a great weekend, and I shouldn't say it was all bad. I had a gals weekend in Milwaukee. Shout out to Zoe and Ruth. Maddie was going to slide through, scoop me up, and we were going to go have a sweet little time in Milwaukee. As you may have heard if you listened to my podcast with Maddie. If you haven't, you absolutely have to go listen. But anyways, so that was like the plan. She was going to leave right after class on Friday, come get me. It would have been perfect. And then we were going to go down and meet the gals. There was like a game going on because it's March Madness, so that would have been fun. Milwaukee was just fun that night, etc. And then around like 6 p.m. I called out and I was like, I can't. I have too much work to do. Classic. Love that. So I sent Maddie on her way. And she went without me. So I was just going to go up on Saturday. I wound up working until 3 a.m. on Friday. Terrible. And I didn't even finish. So that's lame also. And then I also didn't cancel my laser appointment the next day.
Oh, yeah.
So I decided to just go to that because at that point, like, you know, I would have canceled it obviously if I went to Milwaukee. You're supposed to cancel 48 to 24 hours in advance, so I had obviously missed that limit. So I just decided to go, which was fine, but it was at noon, so obviously I wasn't getting to Milwaukee quite as soon as I wanted to.
Yeah.
But anyway, laser went great. I graduated from a couple body areas. We love to see it. And then I drove to Milwaukee, so I headed and things, honestly, rocky start from the get-go. I explicitly went out of my way to go to a different gas station so that I could go to a Quick Trip, so that I could get a Quick Trip breakfast sandwich because those things hit.
Bang.
They're literally so good. James, you have a membership?
I haven't activated it yet.
Is it just like a rewards card?
Yeah. I got to get that plugged in because when I got it, we were like in a place with no service. So
Yeah.
But yeah, Quick Trip is awesome.
It's like so great.
I forgot that they're like Trump supporters, so that sucks. But
Yeah, so
breakfast food there is really good.
It's like McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny, actually. Emily from my work said something the other day in like our group Slack channel. She was like, "Can someone like please explain why Midwesterners are obsessed with Quick Trip? I've like been too afraid to ask, and I feel like now's the time." And everyone went off in the thing.
It's just the best gas
best.
station.
And it's like, I would say it's like an upscale gas. It's practically a grocery store. They have everything you need.
Yeah, they really do. Some locations don't even have a gas station. It's just a convenience store, and those are still awesome.
Yeah, we have those on campus.
Yeah.
So anyway, went out of my way to go to a fucking Quick Trip just to get this sandwich. And I hadn't had anything to eat yet, and it was like 1:30.
Yeah.
So after just like getting my body burnt to a crisp in the name of beauty, so I was hungry.
Yeah.
So I went to go get the sandwich. Nothing. All they had was like gross burger, gross like chicken sandwich. And then there were even, I like lingered a little bit because there were like a bunch of people working in the kitchen, and I was like, maybe they'll bring out some more. No.
I bet their other food is good though.
I mean,
not in the morning.
That's not what
Yeah.
Well, morning being 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, but
like those little taquitos, bang.
I mean, I guess it's just not what I wanted. I wanted breakfast.
Yes.
So I left there with like 2 stupid breakfast bars.
Yeah.
And one of those like Starbucks drinks. However, I like decided I probably shouldn't even have the stupid Starbucks drink because at this point, it had been like 3 weeks. I was going on 3 weeks of having that eye twitch that I had.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And like caffeine just exacerbates that to like an insane degree.
Yeah.
And it was going crazy. Like it was honestly distracting me while I was driving. I was like, this is not good.
Good thing you got some remedy, some tonic water.
Well, yeah. So another coworker told me that tonic water solves that issue. And then I actually did Google it. And apparently tonic water has like the smallest little amount of muscle relaxer in it. Who knew?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which like seems also maybe bad, but I don't know.
To be fair, your tonic water was from a gin and tonic.
Well, so, because I actually tried to get a tonic water at the gas station at Quick Trip. That is one thing that they do not have.
Damn.
I mean, they had like sparkling water, but
Word.
That's different.
Yeah.
So no tonic water, I guess.
Okay.
So that was a loss. So then I just like put my cold coffee on my eyelid instead of actually sipping it.
What the fuck?
I think it's actually.
I don't know if you told me that.
It's still in the car today. I haven't opened it yet.
Good ice pack.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, right? That's what I was going for. But you're actually supposed to put a warm compress, so I probably just made things worse.
Okay.
Anyways. Whatever. So drove all the way to Milwaukee. I was like, okay, whatever. We're just going to enjoy this. I'm not done with work yet, so I'll probably have to leave early the next day. So also maybe a good reason to not have driven with Maddie because then Maddie could stay longer.
Yeah.
It was the start of Maddie's spring break.
Okay.
Because she's a school teacher. So they still get those.
Bust out the accent.
So anyways, got there. And then we did actually have a wonderful time. So, I mean, we like went to Plume, my favorite vintage store in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If you have never been, you absolutely should check it out. I'm obsessed with it. And then we had like a nice dinner. And dinner was funny. I mean, like we were just like cracking jokes left and right, having a silly goose time. And then of course, like we had like a weird as fuck waitress. We were in like this weird wine cellar basement of the restaurant. And then our waitress was also very much like vampire-y.
Okay.
Like she walked around like a vampire with like an elongated neck and kind of looking down.
Oh, wow.
At you. And then she would come to the table and just like say really strange things. Like I don't even know if I have an example, but just like she took too long. She also started every single sentence with like if you're not ready to say whatever it is you have to say, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to say
I don't know if you can talk.
Well, do I start my sentences with
Sometimes.
I don't think it was like everything. Like come up to the table, and like she held it for a couple beats.
Yeah.
It was very odd. And she was a strange woman, but whatever. So we got a kick out of that. Nice dinner. I did have a gin and tonic, yes. And then actually, I was like, that was the main reason I was drinking those was for the tonic water.
That's hilarious.
I think it did help. It went away the next day.
There you go.
But anyways, classic night out. So I don't know what we were thinking. We really wanted to find a place to dance. Like when was the last time you went dancing? You know, like at no bars around here can do that anymore.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
So that was the goal.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
And I mean, Zoe and Ruth have lived in Milwaukee for like how long? And they're like, we don't know where to go. So we're sitting at our restaurant, like Googling best places to dance in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I feel like Googling anything like social like that is not.
No, it's never the move. And we wound up going to the first one. I actually don't remember what it was called now, but it was like pretty far away.
Yeah.
So we took an Uber all the way there, and we literally showed up. We were like the oldest people there. It was like very much these people are in college. We felt old. Even the bathrooms were like high school bathroom. Like they were like stalls. I mean, it's not like lots of places have bathrooms with stalls, like public restrooms, but this felt like very high school. There's like grates on the floor. Like, what is this?
Flashbacks to Memorial.
Yeah. So anyway, and like the music honestly was bad in my opinion. It was like
house and shit?
Yeah. Well, I told you the DJ's name.
Oh yeah.
The DJ's name was House, like house music. House Your Body. What?
Is that supposed to be a pun? How's your body? Like that's not a phrase.
Exactly.
What are you referencing?
No one says that. Or if you do, that's a fucked up thing to say to somebody.
And if somebody's telling their friend they're going to see you, they're going to be like, was that a full sentence?
I know.
Or is that a person? I don't know.
And he had like a shirt with that on it. And then like there were like posters hung up around the club.
He was going all in on this name.
Yes. It was like, why?
That sounds like an event, if anything.
For real. So yeah, bad tunes, not very danceable. No, I just wanted the hits, like and it wasn't no hits.
I feel like the hits means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but
I either wanted old school things that I could dance to, or just like, give me America's Top beat. 40.
Yeah.
What the fuck simple. Ever. Like,
okay.
Not this.
It could all be so simple.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then people were going crazy. Also, we like tried to kind of go up on the stage as girls do, which we had absolutely no business being up there.
Yeah, and then you looked around, you're like, ah, shit, we're 10 years older than this.
Literally. And we were under black light.
Oh, shit.
So I don't remember the last time I was in a situation that was blacklit.
No.
Literally. Fun fact, I did find out that my fake teeth are actually much, much whiter under black lighting than the rest.
Nice.
Which is gross. But perhaps a cool party trick next time.
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, I mean, the vibes were just not quite right. Then we wound up leaving, but at this point we were all pretty drunk. So, also, Maddie was like... Maddie really liked her Brussels sprouts that she got at dinner, so she brought them everywhere that we went that night, and like found a random bush to stick them outside of every single bar that we went
leftovers?
To. And she brought them all the way home.
That's impressive then. She didn't forget them?
Yes. Very impressive.
Wow. Dedication.
For real, yeah. So not sure if you could trust them, but I mean, she's still alive and with us, so that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, shout out to those Brussels sprouts.
Were they good? Did you try them?
I did not.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't in the mood. I had a delicious risotto and I was very satisfied.
I love Brussels sprouts. Anyway.
I love a good risotto.
There you go.
So we had a fantastic night. We got home. We were hammered. We like tore through some topper sticks. Haven't done that in a really long time. And then like I immediately passed out. Apparently I literally said, I was like, okay, I like shoved a topper stick down my throat and I was like, I gotta go to sleep.
I can picture that.
So went to sleep. And then of course we woke up very much within 10 minutes of our brunch reservation. Classic.
Oh, yeah.
So Zoe comes out and she's like, girls, do we think we're going to try and make it to brunch? Obviously, the answer was no. No one was in like a state to be ready for that. So we just like took it really slow in the morning, chilled, and then like kind of eventually got ready and we're planning to just go somewhere else. So anyways, this is when things all really started to go downhill. I was planning to just like hit brunch, head home, work as much as I could. And then obviously we had a concert that night here in Madison.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And your brother was home, who I wanted to see.
100%.
So we're like heading out. It was kind of late already too. Like we definitely moseyed around for a while. So I don't even know. It was probably like 12:30 or something.
Okay.
And we're leaving Zoe's apartment. And at the elevator is a window where yesterday I could see my car. So I'm looking out the window today and I was like, that seems weird. I could have sworn that my car was right there. And I was like, maybe that was like a different white Ford Escape that I just so happened to see. And then I kind of like stood a little closer to the window and I was like, no, I parked next to that gas station. And I like said something and, everyone's like, oh, whatever, we can walk past it. Like, I'm sure your car's still going to be there, brushing it off. I'm like internally panicking, but I'm like, yeah, we're going to play it cool.
Yeah. What could have happened?
So we get out and then we were going to walk to Ruth's house anyway. So we just went around that block instead. So Ruth could change clothes. You should have seen her outfit. She was like walking in her pajamas with her boots from last night. She looked ridiculous, but anyways. Oh, and we actually on the walk over saw I believe a Bucks basketball player, and Ruth was like, and I look like this.
Oh no. That's hilarious.
But anyways, so Yeah, so we're walking, we cross the street, and I'm like, no, I for sure fucking parked here. Car's gone completely. And they were like, no, are you sure? You probably parked somewhere. And I was like, no, 100%. This is where I parked. So, yeah, car was gone at this point. I'm like pressing, maybe they put me, because I obviously at this point was towed, but I was like, sometimes they just like move you.
Yeah, I've gotten moved like a block.
Yeah. So I'm like, at first I'm just doing my unlock and lock. And then I was like, maybe we'll just set off the car horn in case.
There you go.
No, nothing. Not a noise. And so I'm looking at the sign and it like, I was like, I was parked in by other people too. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I feel like I didn't even think that I couldn't park here. Looking at the sign and it's like every day except Sunday, which what the fuck? Sunday is the one day of the week you can park wherever you want for however long you want and for free.
Yeah. 100%.
Like,
around here
what?
At least.
In Milwaukee, normally, with the exception of this stupid fucking spot.
Yeah, this one side of the street.
So car was gone and whatever, like that sucks. But I was like,
I got towed.
Moving
on.
Not a big deal.
Yeah. Eyes on the prize.
Yeah. I called you first because I was like seeing if you remembered my license plate. Yeah.
You recently changed it.
You didn't because you only knew my old one and I kind of forgot about that. So then I called my dad. Of course, he's pissed. And then he couldn't remember it either. So I was like, whatever. We'll figure it out. We get to Ruth's house and I'm like, scrambling a little, trying to figure all my shit out, trying to figure out my license plate numbers, always like calling around to all these tow truck places. And then we eventually found my car. Ruth's getting dressed. And we found my car and I was like, okay, good, perfect. Everything's fine. Like, whatever, I'm going to have to probably pay like $100, but like not a big deal. And Zoe comes out of Ruth's room, which she's so sweet for even calling around for me. Like, that's really nice. She comes out of Ruth's room and she just goes, Sam, I'm so sorry. The lot is closed today. And like up to this point, I was keeping it cool. Everything was all good. Like, yeah. You just eat the fucking cost, call it a day.
Shit happens.
And then I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm stuck in Milwaukee. I don't have my car. It's closed. Yeah. They towed me at around 10:30 that morning. Mm-hmm. Maybe 11. And then we went down at like 12:30. Yeah. And my car, and now I can't have it. I can't have my car. You told me today, and I can't have my car today.
Yeah.
How is that even legal?
No, it's actual bullshit.
Like, how the fuck is that okay?
Like, yeah. Who does that?
I don't even know. I ended up calling my dad or maybe you, and that's when I started crying. Yep.
No, I think it was me because you kind of sounded okay for the situation at first, and I was like, she's not crying. And I was like very curious about how that was possible, and then you started to.
Well, and then on top of that, I think the moment that I actually started to tear up is when I looked at their hours.
Oh, yeah.
Because their hours are fucking like Monday through Saturday or whatever, and it's of course 8:30 to 4:30. You want to know what I'm doing then? Working.
Right.
What? And I don't live here.
No.
Oh my God, it was so dumb. So that just like... Oh my God, so annoying. And I like literally couldn't believe it. And I was pissed. And then Zoe and Ruth immediately were like, we'll get it for you. Like, I have the sweetest friends in the world. They're like, we can get the car for you tomorrow. Like, blah, blah, blah.
That's so nice.
Which is really nice. But anyways, once I figured out where my car was, this is when I figured out also why I got towed. Which was not just because I parked in this stupid fucked up place. It was because... I hadn't registered my car since 2020.
Big time.
So it wasn't, I'm sure the main reason they even looked at my car was because I was parked somewhere where I shouldn't have been parked.
Yeah, of course.
But then I think the main reason I got towed instead of just a fat ticket was because I had 2020 stickers on my shit. Like, what is the matter with me? I haven't even thought about it. It hasn't even crossed my mind.
And you get those the year before, so it's been 3 years.
That is literally so messed up. They're like, get this girl off the road.
They pull you over even if you're driving with that,
Yeah.
So they saw this chance to strike and they took it.
For real. So that was obviously just a big oops on my part. But since I bought this car from my dad, those have been going to him. So I think it's his fault. No offense.
Agreed.
Like those reminders have continued going to his house.
Yeah.
Not mine. My car was registered under his address, but under my name.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, that sucked. So then, of course, I'm like, okay, well, in order to get my car back, I'm sure I'm going to have to re-register. Like, they're not just going to let me have it.
Yeah, right.
So then I'm like on the DOJ website trying to figure out how to register my car while the girls are trying to like calm me down and figure out where we're going to go to brunch and just like make everything better.
Yeah.
And I'm so I don't know. I haven't done this in several years, but I registered it online. I forgot how fucking expensive my car is for some reason. My dad's car, which is 3 years newer than mine, costs $153 a year.
Yeah.
Mine, and it's old, and my car is a 2010. That's old.
Yeah.
What? Why am I paying so much? I literally had to pay $398.
Yeah, it's actually garbage.
Like, what? That's so much money. And there's like, I mean, they break it down into your little itemized receipt, and it's like wheels tax.
Yeah.
Excuse me? What? I can't have a car without wheels?
Right.
It literally doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then I get charged extra for having a hybrid, and that is fucked up.
Yeah. You're saving the environment.
I am literally doing God's work. And it's like an extra $75 just because I have a hybrid.
All on top of the actual towing.
Well, yeah. So that sucked. Whatever. I registered my car. And then Zoe and Ruth, again, we're like, we can get it for you tomorrow. Like, no worries. They're like rearranging their meetings already for me. I was like, that is literally so nice. But of course, then I'm crying more. And they were planning to go and get it. And then we're like looking up how you do that. Cause like, it's obviously my car.
Right.
I would have had to have this like printed, notarized letter.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stop over at the lawyer's.
I'm just going to go by a notary really quick in order to give them permission to pick up my car. And it would have to have everything on it, like my name, license plate, my actual license number,
Yeah.
Everything. And they would have to have like proof of my insurance. Like I was like, that's not worth it.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
And also, then what do? They park my car out on the street where it has a 20 sticker, and then it gets towed again.
Yep.
So we can't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they were maybe still gonna, and then they were like, and we'll meet you halfway. Like we can drive to what's
Johnson Creek.
Johnson Creek. Yeah.
So nice of them.
So nice. Like literally the nicest ever. So whatever. Then we were going to brunch. We decided to just go eat, forget about it, whatever. Everything sucked. And then you so graciously agreed to come all the way to Milwaukee just to pick me up and drive me back home. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're the best ever. I don't know what I would do without you. Girls, get yourself a man like James. So that I wasn't stranded, which was very, very nice. And I really didn't want to be anybody's problem. Like Maddie was maybe going to drive me home, but then she'd have to leave early. And it was just a whole thing. So we had a nice brunch. And then you picked me up. Mm-hmm. We basically had this exact same conversation for an hour and a half car ride home.
Yeah, I was saying we should have just recorded that for the podcast.
Everyone's favorite joke was, you have a podcast for this.
Yeah, literally.
So
you just gotta have more shitty things happen to you.
Yeah, right.
Better episodes.
Fuel for the pod.
Oh no.
So we made it home. I don't even know. We made it home by like 5, and then had to pretty much just get ready and go to the show.
Yeah.
Didn't get any work done.
Nope.
Love that for me. I had actual stress. Like I was like I had stress dreams all night long after the show. The show was really fun though.
Yeah. Caroline Rose, she killed it.
Yeah, so good. If you have the opportunity to see her in concert, you absolutely must.
Yeah. Really good stuff.
Also, I knew every song. I don't remember the last time I went to a show that I knew every song.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the night was saved. But, of course, then the next day, working. And then I have my dad, newly retired. Shout out, Jeff. Of course, when you're retired, you're available.
Yes.
So I think a little bit later, he kind of like realized that he was retired. And he was like, I suppose I should offer to help. You know?
Wait, you didn't ask him?
Well, he was kind of like, oh, I guess I'm not doing anything tomorrow if you need something. And I was like, fucking yeah.
Yeah, you don't have obligations.
You like literally don't have a job. So yeah, the men of my life were being very supportive. My dad actually did drive me all the way to Milwaukee, so we left around 2. Because of course I have to get there before they fucking close. And this place, I don't know if these are like, is this a government establishment? Is a tow lot a government building?
That's what I was thinking about. Like, if they wouldn't let you leave without registration, it's like, who are they?
Yeah, like what do you know?
Who are you?
Well, and I show up. It's one of those places you get there. I mean, the inside had like bus seats. You know,
Yeah,
like that's the type of seat you're sitting on.
Fire.
And it smelled weird, and it had like this weird, gross vending machine, and everyone in there just looks pissed because obviously everyone in here got towed.
Yep.
And then there's like a police officer at the door.
Okay.
A lot of people arguing with the staff over cars.
Uh-huh.
Classic.
It's like the DMV from hell. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
And you go and you like pull a number, and then you just fucking sit.
Oh my God.
So me and my dad are sitting there, and I mean, literally the people in there were just crazy. So I mean, I guess that's what happens when a bunch of people get their car towed. We're all just a bunch of fuck ups, but and this one woman, I'm like already sitting here. It's taking for fucking ever. This one woman comes in. She's on the phone. She like comes in. She's in her sweatsuit. She has her like slides on. Mm-hmm. She's on the phone talking loud as hell. And she's literally like, she's literally saying like, yeah, we're going to have to throw out the bed, or we have to throw out the couches. She's like, because they travel, like we can't risk it. We got to throw all that stuff out. I was like, if I have to sit in this fucking place and I leave here today with bed bugs or lice or something, that would just be the cherry on fucking top.
Yeah. Oh my
Truly.
God. Just talking about it so openly is so funny.
Why the hell are you, girl? You are exposing yourself.
Seriously.
Pipe down. Take that conversation outside.
Yeah. That's
Why
just
are you
like
talking about that in a
shouting, I
public
have
place?
lice or
Yes.
anything. Like,
Ew.
don't do that. Nobody wants to know that.
No.
That sucks.
And then, of course, her and her friend were one of the people who could not get their car. So they left.
Oh, no.
Yeah. A lot of people, like, literally couldn't have it.
That's so bad.
So, yeah, no, this place sucked. And then when it was finally my turn, they didn't even get to me until it was like 4 p.m. I was like, this place is going to close in 30 minutes. If I don't get my car.
I was just thinking that, like, people probably get there a little bit before, and then they have a ticket, and then they have to leave.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
This is not the type of place that's going to wait around.
No, they're like, yeah, we're closed.
Yeah. So I get up there, and she's like, you know, license. She could see that. She was like, oh, you already re-registered. That's good. I was
Nice.
like, yep.
Not fucking around.
And then she was like, okay, well, proof of insurance. And I was like, well, it's in the car. And she was like, well, you can't go to your car unless you give me proof of insurance. Like, of course, she's being mean.
What does that even mean? Like,
Yeah. Okay, then you go to my car.
Can you get that on? Can you find it online? Or?
Well, so she was like, why don't you log into your app? And I was like, I don't have the app. So then my dad's trying to log in. He's struggling. He's getting mad. You know my dad.
Oh my God, yes.
So he's getting fucking pissed. He can't remember his password. Classic. Literally most classic shit of all time.
He's got his giant book.
Yeah. Well, so he doesn't. So that's why he doesn't know his password. So this woman is like getting pissed at us. She's like being sassy with my dad. He's being sassy back. Which is also just rude, but whatever. And then she's like, you know what? Whatever. She's like, it's all good. Then she types up the receipt. I was expecting to pay $125 because I saw online that the tow charge is $105, and then they charge you $20 a day.
Okay.
That you are in the lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to pay $125.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently I had to get flatbedded or whatever. So like, because obviously it's not the type of thing where I was at my car and could put it in neutral and then they just tow it. They had to like put me on the truck bed.
Sure.
So that's more expensive.
Okay.
So that was already $125 just for being towed.
Okay. Yeah.
And then she put there was like a random ass fucking charge on there. That was really just a bunch of numbers. Like it looked like she just went on the keyboard.
She's
and
like,
I literally think
need a little extra.
that is because I didn't pull out my insurance.
Oh my God.
I literally think so.
She's like, fuck this girl.
And my dad was like, yeah, that probably is why. And I was like, you know what, sir? Then you owe me $60. Oh my God. So it was so dumb. And then she like, whatever. You hand her, she like gives you permission to move through with everything. You hand her your car key.
Yeah.
And then you wait around another like 15, 20 minutes for them to bring your car around out of the lot.
Fuck that.
And it was taking so long. And then it was like literally 4:30. And then my number gets called and I'm standing out there and like no one comes by. And then these two girls who are probably in like high school drive up in like this little like golf cart looking thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Are you the Ford Escape?" And I was like, "Yes, that's me." And they were like, "We can't get your car started." And I was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me." And they're like, "We've been back there trying for so long and we can't figure it out." And she was like, "It's not making any noise." And I was like, "Well, that is probably because it's a hybrid."
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe these girls just aren't doing this correctly. So she was like, "You can get in here and we can take you to your car and then you can follow us out." So she was like, "Not you though." So my dad couldn't come. So then they took me all the way back in the tow lot and then we found my car. She hands me my key. First of all, she took the little keychain off of my key.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Which is just like so fucking bogus. I like still don't have one now. It's not on my ring of keys.
Yeah,
it's just separate. So
I mean, you have a one like the first ring. You can just put it on.
It doesn't fit.
Oh.
So that's rude.
Yeah.
But anyways, I like get into my car. First of all, it was on neutral, so I don't.
What the fuck?
I do not know what these girls were doing, but I put it back in park, and then I was able to turn it on, no problem.
It is confusing. I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
Like if I get in there and I haven't driven it in a while, I get confused. I'm like, that didn't start.
Because it makes no noise.
Because it's a hybrid.
But then it goes ding and it says ready to drive. So
right. They're written in plain words too. Yeah.
Anyway, finally got my car back. Thank God. Everything was right with the world, It still actually has. They write in chalk all over that bit. It's like not even chalk. It's like they put chalk on the tires and then they do like window paint.
Word.
Get this off. Now everyone's gonna know I was impounded. So whatever, that sucked. And then we drove all the way back home, which also sucked. So
separately.
A lot of Milwaukee trips.
And you hate driving separately?
I hate driving separately, and what I hate even more is driving separately in the exact same direction, going the same way. My dad was behind me the whole time. I'm like, am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? That shit is so stressful. And like literally he was with me the whole way. I thought he was going to pull off because he said he had to get gas, and then he just never did. And then he texted me when he got home, and he was like, because he pulled off at the Janesville exit.
Yeah.
He texted me when he got home, and he was like, 30 miles left to the or whatever. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, left in the tank.
Cutting it close.
For real. So, anyways, that was my story of being impounded.
Yep.
It really sucked. It was so expensive.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Give me my car. Don't tow me on a day that I can't go get my car.
I know. Actually terrible.
How is that true?
It's fucked up.
So now I rerouted everything to come to my house. And it shouldn't be paper statements. I'm getting emails and texts.
There you go.
So now I'll remember to register my car.
Do you have the sticker already?
No, I think it's going to come in the mail.
Yeah.
They also don't even say when it's going to come.
That's funny.
They just like didn't say.
So you could still get pulled over and then they'd have to check and it'd be like, okay, so it is.
Which like, I think it's pretty easy to check.
Yeah.
I mean, if the girl at the fucking tow lot could do it. So anyway, we didn't record a podcast because I was grumpy and tired. I had a lot of work to do. It just wasn't it wasn't in the cards.
It wasn't. I was hella busy that week too.
Yeah.
Last week.
Literally the busiest ever, which is really stressful.
Yeah. It didn't work out.
Also, when you have things lingering like that, especially when it's an hour and a half away and you have to like and you're missing something major like your fucking car, it's just so stressful.
Yeah.
It just feels like this big huge burden.
Yeah. Just like 5 hours out of your day to get back to square one.
Literally.
Yeah. Fuck that.
This is such a mess. But whatever, we got her back.
Got the car.
She's safe and sound in the garage where I will hopefully never bring her out of ever again. I like don't even drive my car that much.
Right. That's like the one time you have in like months.
Oh my God, so dumb. And on top of that, gas prices right now, like really?
Yeah, for real.
Get rid of it. Throw the whole car away. And we're going back to Milwaukee literally this week. So I was like, I'm just not going to get it till then. But then it's $20 a fucking day.
Yeah, right. That's the worst part. $20 a day, and I can't get it one of the days of the week.
Excuse me? How is that okay? It literally just doesn't make any sense. Also, tow truck drivers just go out and buy a fucking tow truck and start their own business. They're not actually associated with the lots. So those lots just give them keys and they just decide when they want to go and fucking tow cars.
Oh my, I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's so fucked.
They're not
that's such a weird thing to do.
Yes.
Don't
also
do that.
Why do you want to be an asshole? That's worse than parking enforcement. Fuck you.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Like you don't this isn't even a government job. This is like
right.
What? You suck? You just suck? You like ruining people's day? I mean, because it's one thing if you're like out and about helping people who like, their car's broken.
You need to tow them in a good way.
Yeah. Well, and then my dad was like, he's just doing his job. Like he probably got a call.
Yeah.
By someone who said you're parked in the wrong fucking spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I hope both of you have a bad day.
Yeah. Both parties. All parties involved.
And the woman with the fucking bed bugs. Actually, she's already having a bad day, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, she needs our prayers, actually.
Yeah. That is so nasty.
Don't talk about that in public.
Ew, like everyone knows that.
That's
even
so
if you have
weird.
them. I was leaving there like itching my head like this is not good.
You get such like head lice, like not head lice, like that's what they're actually called. Imaginary head lice.
Yes.
That one time in London you were like sure you had it and it was just dry skin.
I think I did have lice. No, I think I had lice.
No, you didn't.
I really think I did.
Didn't you actually you went to something?
Well, I bought all the stuff.
Yeah, okay,
multiple times. I did multiple lice cleanings on my head.
There's like some lice. Was that here?
It's
What's that place called?
Shout out to Lauren, actually, my old roommate. She also, like me, constantly thinks that she has lice.
Yeah.
And up north, where she's from, there's actually a place called Lice Avengers.
Lice Avengers. That's so fire.
Where you can go if you have lice and literally get like a professional lice cleaning, and they'll
That's
look at your
hilarious.
head, obviously, and tell you if you actually have it.
Yeah.
Which is an insane business.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to be cleaning people with bugs every day. First of all, ew.
Yeah.
How do you not have lice constantly?
Yeah. They got to be good at their job.
They're probably like geared up.
Yeah.
There is literally nothing
You hate that
more
shit.
gross than lice. That is so fucking nasty.
Oh my God. Any little tiny bug that attaches to you is Samantha's worst nightmare.
You're right. Ticks.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Fucking, I don't even know like what a bed bug looks like, but that's nasty.
Yeah, right.
That woman, I hope she gets her life together because, girl, get some new couches, get whatever you need. I'm so sorry that's happening to you, but like, don't come in here.
Yeah, don't talk to me about it.
Also,
or talk to the whole world about it.
Yeah. You did not need to have that conversation right now. You just didn't. Scaring everybody in this place. Like, people were looking at her like,
yeah, right. How could you not?
yeah. What is the matter with you? Go do your laundry. So anyways, we're back home. We have my car. Everything's better. And here we are recording a podcast. I just wanted to share this experience with you all. Because it felt like the appropriate place to do so.
Right.
Honestly, this is what this podcast is for me. And like, even at the time, I was like sitting there like with Zoe and Ruth and Maddie, and I was like, in like a week, this is gonna be funny. But right now, I'm just so fucking mad.
Right. Yeah. All's well that ends well.
I'm like, is it funny yet? I don't
know. The scars are still there.
A little fresh. Someday.
Oh my God.
So anyway, if you haven't registered your fucking car,
right.
PSA. This is your reminder. So thank you all for listening. And James, thank you for being my support throughout all of this.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You're the best. And thanks for listening to me complain about this twice.
Oh, yeah.
Probably been actually a lot more than that, but.
Yeah, right. A dozen times, maybe.
2 full times from start to finish.
Yep.
Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic week. And if you need to complain about something, you know where to find me. I will chat with you guys again next week. Bye. Another cathartic convo in the books. I feel better. How about you? Thank you so much for listening. Now I just want to jump on here and say, don't forget to follow and or subscribe to the pod on your favorite streaming platform for new episodes every single week, because I know you can't get enough of me. Additionally, if you want to gain access to exclusive episodes and behind the scenes bloopers and lots of other goodies, join our Patreon and support the pod with your hard-earned American dollars. You can find the link in our show notes, or you can also visit us at patreon.com/pessimistic@best. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at pessimistic@best. And if you're as obsessed with me as I am with you, you can find me at Sam Georgeson on all platforms. And last but not least, I'd like to give a special shout out to my podcast editor and producer, the love of my life, James Arbai, whom I literally could not do this without. So thank you, James. I love you so much. And thank you guys for joining me again this week. I love you too. And I cannot wait to chat with you again soon.